It's hard to see on camera. That's a cool hot air balloon. It's a lot closer than it looks. Camera makes it look real far away, but it's pretty close actually. Can I zoom in on this? Oh, I can. Look at that. All right. Whoa. Good morning, CDB. Oh, just getting started, but this hot air balloon was flying overhead, so I wanted to zoom in on it real quick. I think it's cool. Let me set this down. I gotta blow my nose before we get started. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Couple in here. Hey, morning, everyone. All right. Phil. Morning, good morning, y'all. Hey, the balloon went away. I was focused on that balloon. That's a cool balloon, isn't it? Hey, Verna, morning. You missed the hot air balloons. So the way the path falls, Albuquerque has what's called the box effect. And so the balloons go in a square kind of around Albuquerque because of the way the wind patterns are. And so they all come, it's a lot closer than it looks. The camera makes it look real far away, but it's right there. They all come and they kind of swoop right down over the house. All right, so let me see. I wasn't supposed to start this stream off cheery. I was supposed to start off kind of, all right, let's see. First of all, can y'all hear me? Can you see me? I got a 5x5. Good morning, y'all. Let's see, can you hear me back here with this mic? Because I think that was the problem on the last one. I got a 5x5 back here. Oh, geez. So this morning was real cold. It's been real cold at night. The sun is up now and it's quite a bit warmer. So this stream probably would have been better done an hour ago, but that's okay. 5x5 is awesome. Y'all rock. Cool. Okay, so let's go over here and I gotta be serious for a minute. Oh, jeez. You ready? I'm ready. Doesn't work as well when it's so sunny. It's a cold, dark world. It's harsh and cold. Not so much right now, but nice jacket, thanks. This jacket was actually my grandfather's. So I'm coming over here. And first of all, for today's little project, I guess, don't laugh, man. I needed a can. So I opened up one of our cream corn cans. 33 degrees in Michigan. So it is a cold morning there. It was cold earlier, but now the sun's up, so it's pretty warm. That is cold, Mr. Landfill. Just about freezing. We're going to give these guys some cream corn. That's the can I opened up. Who wants some creamed corn? Weather in Franklin. Fair temperature, 53. Sounds about what it is here, probably. Oh, they want it. Come on, guys, just a second. Come over here. So I don't want you to escape. Come get some cream corn. They like the whole corn better. The creamed is okay. We'll get them a scoop of food, too. So it's definitely dipping down there in temperatures in the mornings and at night. And Getting much cooler for sure. I don't know, you guys ready for winter? I don't think I'm ready for winter. And you know why I'm not ready for winter? Because it's a cold, dark, harsh world. And what do we do when it's a cold, dark, and harsh? Oh, we set things on fire. So that's what we're doing this morning. We're going to go ahead and set some stuff on fire. So let me come over here. And I'm going to show you guys my favorite way, or how I like to start fires. Trying to get ready, Mr. Landfill. I understand that, Mr. Landfill. So let's drop the camera down. And I'm going to show everybody how I like to make my fires this morning. And then we'll go look at the silky coop again, because that's what we've been doing. All right, good morning, good morning. Fire. Yes, we're going to start a fire. This would have been better done an hour ago, probably, when it was darker and colder. Now it's warming up quite a bit, so the fire is just going to be for me. But I'm going to show everyone how I like to start it, and we'll do a small fire, and then we'll kind of walk around. So the first thing I needed was a can, and that's why we went and dumped out the cream, gave the cream corn to the chickens. You can see one of my cans here I've used several times. It doesn't matter what kind. There's a Spam one. But I like to take a can. This is going to help the fire to get started, stay started. It helps protect it initially from wind when you get that small embers and all, so it can really get going, as well as give it some accelerants to keep it going. Like your chickens, thanks. We'll have to go look at the other chickens in a minute, the ones I like a little bit more. This will probably take about 10 minutes here. I'm gonna start a fire, and I'm gonna show people how I like to get it going. I think the easiest way. Now I'm gonna use a lighter, so I'm not gonna show you, the kerosene rod or whatnot. But I'll just take an empty can from dinner or from whatever, and puncture some holes around the base. This is just with my can opener, and this is so you can get some airflow in the bottom. And then I'll puncture some around the top too. So you got to be careful, because it'll bend those metal parts out. That's actually what I like, though, because it helps hold everything in place, especially if it is kind of windy a little bit. Do you grow your own vegetables and fruits? I do, yeah. We can walk through the gardens and things in a bit. We just went through and harvested yesterday a ton of stuff. Still a lot growing here. But yeah, we do. Hey, PJ, good morning. Let's see. We have animals and all the things. Okay, cool. So this is how I like to get my fire started. So just take an empty can, take some old tissues or paper towels or some kind of paper, shove a couple pieces in there. Be careful not to cut myself. And then I always have candles on hand. You guys should have a couple boxes. Keep them. You never know when you're going to need them. So you should have candles on hand. We use them all the time. So one, sometimes two, depending on I'm going to do, but put a couple candles and just nestle them down in there. The wicks don't need to be up. That's fine. How is that pepper plant? It's doing good. We can go take a look at it here in a minute. Still alive. The one in the greenhouse is good. Now everything in the greenhouse is still good. The avocado tree's going. Here, let me flip around. We'll get a little ADD here. We'll go look. It's just right there. I haven't brought the one inside yet. Although the ginger plant I brought inside looks like it might be kind of perking up. I don't want to pack them too deep or too dense in there, because you do want some airflow. But I'll just pack a couple in there around. And there's only one more step, so I'll show real quick, and then we'll go take a look at the greenhouse before we light it real fast. Hey, that's a hobo stove. Yeah, so a hobo stove or a rocket stove. If I bend these metal parts out, you cook on it easily. That's actually where I got the idea from, but this makes a really good fire starter in the fire pit. It's going to help it get going, protect it from wind and all before it initially goes out. It's also a lot easier to start with a dead lighter or kerosene or something like that. So I like to pour a little oil on it, just some olive oil, not too much, but a little bit. And we're going to let that kind of soak down in there while we go look at the greenhouse for a minute. So the avocado tree's there. It's still doing good. It's actually doing better right now than it was in the hotter temperatures. So another project of mine is I need to finish this greenhouse. And the avocado tree is supposed to go in here. That'll be 10 foot. But Here's this pepper plant back here. And it's still doing good. You can see its leaves that are on it are nice and healthy. The plant itself looks good. So I think it should overwinter well in here. I am going to bring the other one inside. But you can see the plants are still doing great, especially the cold ones, the cilantro back there. Garlic here is doing amazing. We're not going to do a garden tour, but the garlic's all coming up. It's doing really well. Should have a bunch of it this year. So let's hop over and we'll start our fire. Hey, Shannon, good to see you. And then we will get on to looking at silky coops and things like that. All right, so here's my little backyard fire pit. I love fires. I don't know about you guys, but I love campfires. I like the way they smell. I like the way they make me feel. I try and do them as often as possible. When I do them on live streams, people always ask me, is that, you know, legal in the city there? And to that I say, yeah, sure, why not? I say enough. All right, so I got my rock fire pit here. It's got a bunch of junk, little pieces of wood and stuff I like to throw in there. We'll just go ahead and I take my little fire can, nestle that down in there, and we're just going to throw some sticks on it, some teepees. They can even be larger pieces, 2x4s, things like that. Because this can's going to burn for a while by itself, if they're larger pieces, it just takes longer to get going. This also works good if your wood's damp or kind of wet. What I'll do is I'll take the wetter pieces of wood and put them further out, kind of like that. Oops. Put them a little bit further out if they're a little bit wetter. That way they're going to dry off from the heat before the flame gets to them and then burn down. There we go. Got a basic little teepee. You could do that however you want. It's funny because with the kids, I'll even come out and just throw all the wood in a pile and set this thing on fire and it'll light it just fine. So the style isn't quite as important. Put a couple up on here, like that. And then I'll just add little pieces as I go around to it. I am going to use a lighter today. I'm lazy. But you could definitely use you know, your ferrocene rod or flint and steel, something like that. You can even use the dead lighter. Just the sparks alone should be able to light it. There we go. And that will light those paper towels with the oil. The candles, you'll see this all start flaming up in a second. We'll get a good fire going. Lazy. I am a father, yeah. I got 2 boys. 2 boys. They are growing fast, though. I used to say 2 little boys. They're not 2 little boys anymore. Hey there, Tommy. Editing and listening. It's good to see you. Welcome in. We are starting a little fire. We're going to walk around the yard. And I have a couple updates on the silky coops. So I do want to show that. And we could take a look at some of what's going on with the garden here. So you can see in New Mexico what's still growing and what's not. Now we'll just stack some little pieces here, and you'll see in no time this wood is actually pretty damp. It's been raining, so it's definitely got moisture to it. But what that can's going to do, those candles, is the candles will melt down in with the paper towels, and the oil kind of create a congealed mess down in the bottom there. And it creates the accelerant in the fire starter. The can's going to protect it from the wind, so it. Your best friend needed to join. Hey, best friend. So you can see it going, and yeah, you see it burning in there. That can will burn for a while, and then it gets a couple of those pieces of wood going, and we have a fire in no time. So once again, what do you do when it's a cold, harsh, dark world? Well, you set it on fire. Solo, what do you think of our fire? Do you approve? Solo's the supervisor, so. You haven't married yet, but you wanted to ask if having children is a bigger liability most people think at your age. You're 20. I don't think it really matters what age. You know, to be honest, you're never ready. It's true what people say. You're never ready. You're never going to be prepared. Children are a blessing. It's work and it's difficult. Can be for sure. Oh, look, there goes my stack. I knocked it over. That's all right. It'll keep burning. Definitely think they're worth it. I do. You are young, though. Don't worry about it now. Yeah, focus on yourself, getting yourself good in there, and then getting married, and then you got plenty of time. Well, Casey was born when I was 27, 28. So, yep. All right. This is going to get going. You'll be fine there. I want to show you guys some updates on the silky coop here. So let's go walk over there while our fire gets going here. So you're in charge, Solo. Watch it. All right. So we're going to come around here. Look at, we'll stop and go through some garden stuff. So still have some pumpkins on the vine. Looks like my screen zoomed in now. I don't know. Yeah, focus on learning. Build yourself up first. That's my advice. Is Renegade in here? Hey, Renegade. Good to see you. It's been a minute. I hope you're doing all right. All right, so we still have some pumpkins on the vine, so we'll be picking those. This one here just started it's turned orange pretty recent here. We got some desert sage. It looks like lavender. A lot of yarrow still. The leaves are still good there. Toothache plant's dying off, but it's still good. Yep, so we are here in the high desert in New Mexico. So there are a lot of plants that are still doing good. Solo looks at me like, got it. He does. He's got it. We picking carrots. We had a beef stew basically last night, and we pulled a bunch of really nice, yummy carrots out of there. Use those. We actually got a carrot over here too. A lot of volunteer seeds that blow around. We just kind of let them go and pick them where they're at. Of course, the ones that love cold weather like chard. So spider web. Tomatoes are pretty much dying off, but we're still getting some. The basil's liking this cold transition, so it's still doing all right. That one might die. That's the lemon basil, but the purple basil and the Thai basil like the cold a little bit better. Thanks for the advice. In your country, there isn't something like a girlfriend or boyfriend. Oh, okay. Well, you could do courting, maybe. I don't know if they do that. What country are you in? Just curious. All right, let's see. So, of course, the cooler weather, the flowers and things. Strawberry plant. The strawberry plant originally was just in this tub, and this bin was one of the very first garden bins we started with. These were given to me. Woo, birds flying around. But we've let the strawberries spread, and they are all through here. Of course, that kale is doing good, and you were right, Verna, that kale, Saudi Arabia, wow. That kale is sweeter. It is getting sweeter. So I have cousins that lived in Saudi Arabia for a long time. That's crazy. Well, welcome. The zucchini plants, I think it got a blight or something. Powdery mildew. I need to cut these all back, but they're not really doing anything anyways right now. Solo likes kale. Come here, Solo. So it's hot in Saudi Arabia. Do you garden a lot there? Do you grow things? My garden's beautiful. Thank you. We harvested a lot yesterday, but so this is one of the gardens. We have a couple of them. Well, two, 3 areas, I guess. Come on, Solo. Let's go back, make our way around here. Go take a peek at the fire. Sure hasn't gone out as I've walked off. Did it go out? Nope, it's still going. See, it's small. The wood's wet. It's pretty damp. So you can tell that can is pretty much what's burning, but that'll keep it going long enough to get it going. So the only way of doing it like this, it does take a little bit longer, but works out well. You're okay moving back. Oh, you're okay. You're moving back to New Mexico mid-November. Okay. Still be off-grid. Torrance County this time. Nice. I used to deliver the paper all through Torrance County. Yeah, it does take turns we don't expect. I think I saw some of that, but welcome back soon. It's not that hot at this time of year. Oh, but still hot at noon, yeah. So it'll get into the 80s, I think, here, Fahrenheit. 80, 85 around noon, about 40 at night. Pepper plants, that's the one we dug up. We just harvested so many off this. But I'm kind of letting it go dry a little bit, trying to get some hotter peppers before that dies. You don't garden, you work and study in an institute. Oh, okay, very cool. Add a Q&A sticker. Food you wish you had no... Oh, what was that? That was weird. My phone popped up with something. Hey, Spice. Should we see if we have any eggs? I need to clean this coop bad. We probably have a broken one in there. Nope, we have a laying chicken in there. So we got some gourds here going. Lemongrass and oregano and rosemary. Of course, all those are loving it. They're going good. Grapes are toast. So let's go over. I'll show a couple updates on Silky Coop, and we're going to head back over to that fire. He keeps saying we. What do I say we for what? That's the fly tape. Doesn't look very good, but it sure does do a great job. Here's some silkies. They're hiding under the house right now. It's about 100 degrees at noon. Not too bad. About in the 80s at night. That's pretty warm. All right, a couple updates. I still need to do the linseed oil in this door. That's why it's a different color. But did get this door in. Works out really well. Thank you. Thanks, Renegade. I'm very pleased with the garden this year. In the past, we have struggles every year, of course, but one of the reasons I wanted to start really gardening now before I had a bigger plot of land, although this is, we get a lot off of this, originally was to build the skills and learn things now that I can upscale, and that definitely has been beneficial. Ooh, look at all the asparagus ferns. Anyways, it's great. Gardening does a lot more than just give you good food. It's all organic here. Oh, I mean, all natural. Not allowed to say organic, because I didn't pay. But it gives you all that. It also builds family structure, I think, and does a lot of good things for you. Hey, Tracy, good to see you. You need to go out and cover your bird run, PJ? Yes, go do that. Anyway, so I got this door built. Got the bird netting in up top. I still need to finish up top here, you can see. But the other thing I did was I came in and I put in a step down for my ladder. How's the weather there in Texas? Usually that slides open a little easier, but doing it one-handed is kind of... All right, cool. So come in this door. There's the boards that will go up there. Another fly strip. See, I got a couple more to put in. I got to put the water tank in. But the thing I did here, let's set this down. What's PJ? Waiting for people to come pick up, 2 baby goats. What kind of goats are they, PJ? Nigerian? Okay, so this is what I did. So I've showed this part of the porch already, how it's really easily removable. This is the step down I built. It still needs a little, here, well, let me take the phone off real quick. So I'm going to show this real fast. Nice, in the 80s. Speaking of the 80s, my flux capacitor is coming along. That's going to go on this wall. You guys all got to stay tuned. That's actually coming along, and that project is going. So there will be a flux capacitor on this wall that allows chat to engage with it and turn it on and send my silkies back to 1985. So stay tuned for that. All right, so one thing I do want to point out on these builds, everything's done with purpose. So I can point all the things out, but I kind of do that as I show. I didn't want this to have legs that went down. So what are you doing, Solo? I didn't want it to have legs that go down traditionally, because that allows for junk, bedding and stuff to build up in there, feathers. It's harder to clean, and also mice and things can live in there. You love to time travel. We will all time travel. Nice, good, thanks. Yeah, so I'm actually really proud of this one. This one also all comes apart. I'm going to mention it again. Sorry if you guys are sick of it. But so this is actually panels. That's one panel. There's a panel. One. So you can see they're all panels, and they're all held in with 3 screws. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. hold these panels in place. That's why you can see the 2 2x4s like that. That's a door panel. That's a door panel. All the panels come apart. The whole coop does that, and so it can be moved. This is a panel. This is held together with just 4 screws, and so that goes into place. Same thing on that one. This slides into place. That's a panel. And then I'm going to pull these apart now so you'll see the house is separate too. Anyways, so yeah, so I didn't want it under there, so it's floating. It will have a little ramp that goes down here too, but let's do this real quick. Sorry for anyone that's not interested in this, but I love building things. So. All right, let's see. I just want to show how this comes apart real quick. Thanks, Verna. And this hasn't been covered with the oil yet. So this is the new part I built, the second stage. It hangs on with this chain here, and you can see it sits without it. And that's because it also has a little latch there, and then this one holds it from swaying back and forth. So once I take that, now it's going to fall. So this will get some handles, but it comes off real nice and easy like that. This way I could take it out, spray it off, clean it when they poop on it, and all that, as well as clean under it. And then it's nice and easily movable too. So same thing with this stage. This one's held on with these 2 pins up here. And then I can go ahead and grab that and remove that whole stage too. Clean it, do whatever I need, move it. I can take this, if this coop, wherever we go, if I decide to move this thing around, or when we get on land, I can take this coop, this house, and I can put it on this side. Maybe the way my property's built, taking a look at the fire, it's going. The way the property's built, I need it on this side. Well, I just flip these 2 panels. We're gonna go back over to that fire because it's starting to go now. I just want to show how easy this is to put together. Everything built with, all the details on it are done with purpose and plan. So everything from even the line of sight from across the yard, I took a lot of things into account when I did this build. There we go. So that's on, nice and easy. This one comes up here, sits on just like that, clicks on down here. And then we go ahead and put the chain on. Just like that. So nice and easy. And then the ramp, I just use picture slides, so the ramp will go on like that. Cool, let's get back to this fire. That's enough of this chicken coop. Excuse me, chickens. We gotta go check out our fire. If you're just joining us and you wonder why we have a fire, it's because this time of year, it's a cold, dark, harsh world. And what do we do when it's a cold, dark, harsh world? And we set it on fire. There we go. In the backyard, controlled, I should add. Let's put the camera in the shade. I can come to your house, PJ, and build you one. You got it. I like to build, I do. We had my brother-in-law came over last night, and he's building a project for his work. So he came over to have me and Casey help him out. It was a lot of fun. We built a roller coaster. All right, I don't want this too big because it's starting to warm up out here already, and it's pretty light. That sun is up. The New Mexico sky. So I'm just going to kind of rearrange it. I don't think I'm going to add anything, actually. Yeah. But really what I wanted to show here was just how easy it is to start a fire, even with wet wood. It has to be a wife-approved fireside. I don't have coffee this morning, Verna, so I guess in suit, I forget you can hear me when I walk away. I have had too much coffee today, like normal. And in general, I have lately. I haven't been drinking my water, so I've been pretty dehydrated, I think. The cold weather here, too, New Mexico is very dry. The air sucks. It's very arid, I think. So the air sucks the moisture right out of the sky, right out of you and the garden and the soil and everything. And so it dehydrates, especially when you're outside all day. And I haven't been drinking enough water, so doing that. I think I've had like 4 cups of coffee already this morning. Verna says, I know there's no such thing as too much coffee. What about my herbal teas? Yeah, I could do one of those. We could go grab an herbal tea. I probably won't be on quite the full hour this morning, though. I do have to, well, I have to clean the chicken coop. So, you know what, maybe we'll chat and all that for a bit. And then anyone that wants to stay and hang out, watch me clean the chicken coop can do that. That's not quite as fun as a fire. Should we tell Farmer Casey we got a fire, though? He might come out. Is Spice still in there? As far as selling the herbal teas, we have one in our shop right now, graftedbranchhomestead.com. We have the anxiety. Should be putting some other things in there here by the end of the month or the first week of the next. A couple things just for holidays. Spice has her eye on me. He's being an indoor bum today. That's okay. It's just me and Solo out here this morning. I can make some tea. Let me get some tea going. Let me go get my glass jar so we can boil some water out here. One of my good jars broke, sadly, so I gotta find another one. I might have to go inside for that. All right, I'm gonna run inside. I think we are gonna get some tea going here. We got some time for that, and it does sound good. Hey, thanks, Verna, for dropping that. Yeah, store's real small right now. There's just a couple things. We've got some Egyptian walking onions and some teas. That's about it right now. We will be adding other stuff. Keep saying that, but we are. I'm making progress on that. So I'll be right back. Y'all hang tight. Watch the fire for me real fast while I go grab some stuff for tea. Where am I going to set this mic? There we go. You're drinking your coffee with your space heater. Solo, watch the fire. All right. Let's see. Welcome. Snap, crackle, pop. You hear those noises? I love fires. So I can't find the bigger. Just a sec. Put my mic back on. There we go. Can't find the bigger jars I normally use, or bottles to heat up water on the fly. So I'm just going to use this jar. Hopefully it doesn't shatter. I won't put it directly in the fire. No. Snap, crackle, pop. Look at the sun. Ooh, it's coming up. It's a nice day today. Well, I think I'm going to do some fresh herbal tea. So let's see. I think I'm going to do lemongrass, sage, a little bit of peppermint this morning. Yeah, the skies. I absolutely love our skies here. And there's power lines. Those aren't very pretty. Can't do much about that. But look how blue, 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 blue. Not a cloud in sight. Nope. Not a cloud in sight. All right, I'm going to go pick stuff here. We'll do a tea before our fire dies down. We'll get something good out of it at least, right? I think I'm going to grab some greenhouse herbs this time. I have our plants planted all over, but we'll do some sage. Just make sure there's no buggies on it. Wouldn't be the worst. There we go. Got some good white sage here. Right next to it, some peppermint. We'll add a little bit of peppermint in there. And I do want to do lemongrass. I love lemongrass in my teas. And I'm going to go ahead and throw this tea bag right into that jar and just let it boil in there. Stuff falling all over. There we go. What do you guys have going on today? Wherever you're at. Should I put anything else in here? I think that's good. Let's go throw that into the jar. It smells good. It smells really good. Very, very nice. You harvested your puny, your puny sweet tates. Your sweet taters, they were kind of puny this year. Did you get some there, Verna? Oh, it's starting to heat up. And you heat it kind of slowly because it's in this mason jar. Yeah, it's getting hot. I don't want it to explode. So we'll keep it over there. Did you get some, though? I need smell-o-vision. I do, man. Whoever invents that, that's going to be a blessing or a curse. But could you imagine watching the cooking channel with smell-o-vision? That would be great. We already watch Cooking Channel and kind of drool over it and things anyways, but if you could smell it, gee. Yes, just no big. Okay. Not as big as you had last year. Some things this year just didn't do good at all, and we didn't really start, like the loofahs. We didn't start loofahs this year, which I was really sad about. But we did have some volunteer loofahs start a little bit later. So we got some small ones, but not real big like I would have liked. Didn't start the snake gourds this year. I was pretty sad about that one. So next year we definitely have to have those going. What am I doing here? This camera stand. There we go. Yep, some things do really good, some do not. Some years do really good, some do not. That's also why I think every homesteader should be a prepper, or for the most part is. I think a lot of people should, especially if you're gardening. If you kind of rely on those things too, you need enough to carry you from year to year. If you have a really bad harvest, if we have no garlic grows this year, something happens, maybe you have some setback or dried or on the shelf. You need to store. I always suggest have at least a year's worth of stuff on hand. Do I think we're necessarily there? Probably not, but or to get you from growing season to growing season, just in case. What do you guys think of my fire? I go into work a lot smelling like fire. We're going to add some ash to my tea there. That's heating up nice though. Nice and small, the fire. Yeah. You didn't feed it this year. I'm not sure what the temperature is here right now. Hey Spice, if you're in here, type in our zip code and our weather and space and our zip code. We'll see what the temperature is. The sun's up, so as soon as that sun starts coming up here, the temperature rises pretty quick. I'll think if there's anything I want to walk around and show in the yard here. Looks like we probably will hit about that hour this morning. Mr. Landfill says, even a small garden is important. So many think digging a hole and dropping a seed in it is all it takes. Yeah, soil prep is so important. Yeah, okay, yeah, definitely. You're right, Mr. Landfill. I don't know how many people. My phone's dead, so I can't check. Oh, that's okay. It's 54 degrees, she says. Her phone's dead. Yeah, a lot of people, I don't know how many people I've had tell me, oh, I got seed, I'll throw them in the ground, we'll get something going. Good luck with that. Good luck, because it takes a lot more. Soil prep's important. There's just so much to it. It's really ridiculous. So that is one of the whole big reasons here. When I looked around at the property, when we first moved here, this was all just weeds, solid weeds, bigger than my thigh. I had to cut them out and burn them all out. And it was a ton of work. And part of me is like, this isn't our forever home. We do want to be on land and outside the city eventually, although we are very blessed now. And so we'll get there. But it was whether I was going to start gardening and building and doing all these things now, or was I going to wait and just put it all into that? And definitely going with it now, it was a good move. That way I can learn. We want to learn, develop skills, habits, what works, what doesn't, and figure a lot of that out now. So that way when we are on a larger scale, we're not having to struggle with it then. But definitely think everyone should learn, even small scale. Stick a tomato plant in a pot on your balcony. Who is it? Slightly Redneck, Chris Carnes. I like the way he says it, that, in an apartment, in the backyard, balcony, or whatever he says. But grow something, learn something. If you can only do one plant, plant a kale in a pot and learn everything about that plant. Learn what kind of soil it needs, when to grow it, when not to, temperatures. Learn all that stuff and get it down. And then what I should be doing and don't, but would be beneficial, is writing all that down. So that would be really beneficial. And then move on to another plant or something. Because if you had asked me 10 years ago if I was going to be here and have all this, I would have told you no way. I did start off in apartments building small little aquaponics beds and doing things like that. And so I've always loved growing things, and huge advocator of just doing something. Microgreens in the house or sprouts. Everyone can do sprouts on their kitchen counter. Do something, right? Go at it with purpose. Even a spare room in your house, Verna says. Yeah, Verna, and now that's talking even above gardening and doing animals. So Verna had the quail and things like that out of the apartment, which is awesome. They're the perfect animal for it. So yeah, we got 14 thumbs up. That's awesome. Y'all rock. That definitely helps out a lot. Also, something new YouTube's doing, and it's based on your involvement on YouTube, I think. You get kind of like points, hype points, and you can give those out. So if you're ever watching videos or streams or things and you can hype it, that's like a free gift that helps the channel out a lot. That's something new. Quails, yeah, I forgot about the rabbits. Yep, quails, rabbits, and grow towers. Yep. Well, Verna, that was one of the reasons I was really interested in what you were doing and stuff in the beginning, was just because it you do so much in this small space. And this is a pretty big space compared to what a lot of people have. But it's still a small space. It's not a large space. And so learning how to do it in small spaces, I think, is important. It's only going to help out if you get more space, right? Learning how to vertically grow or doing it indoors is a whole nother thing, all to its own. So I'm thinking at about an hour on this live stream, this will be boiling. So in a few here, and then we'll drink it. Move it a little bit closer, not too close. If that explodes, then we'll... In this apartment, there isn't enough room for you, Lucy. Yeah. Well, sometimes you can't. I mean, definitely. You can just do what you got to do. But you still have some things, Verna. Plus, you never know what the future holds. We've been in this house now for a few years for sure. Now, time goes fast. But situations change. Before we moved here, we were in just a small little apartment, and I had a small aquaponics bed I built. And so this is what I did. I had a tub, about this size, plastic tub. And I had that, and I built a PVC frame, and then I took a concrete mixers tub, those black tubs, and I set that in the PVC frame above the bin. The bin got filled with water, and I had fish in there, and that pumped up with a pump into the concrete bin that sat on top, the tub. That was filled with rock, and in the middle of that was a bell siphon that comes up and down. So when that pumped enough water up and that water level rose enough, it would activate that bell siphon, which is just, it works on pressure system, and it would suck and funnel the water down back into the fish tank, which would aerate the water for the fish, feed the fish. And then I was growing peppers and things like that up top, and that worked really well. I actually had built it before that apartment in another place we were living, and I had it inside the house. In the apartment, it moved to the patio. I haven't done one since, which I really am I should do that. Kind of sad, because those work out really well. But I kind of started off there when I really started getting interested in gardening. So it was in my mid-20s. I definitely lived a little different life when I was younger, but you figure some things out as time goes on. What's important? Verna's got 4 pots outside. Very cool. Yep. You got to do it wherever you can, however you can. One of the big things I've had to learn too is the first few years, me and Spice would kind of almost, panic. We have to get everything harvested. We don't want any of it to go to waste. You got to collect it all. Now I'm at the point of, if things fall off the vine, they fall off. Maybe they create a volunteer plant, or a bird eats it, or another animal or something. That's fine. Things that go bad that don't get used, although we want to try and do as much as we can. But if it doesn't get used, it just goes into the compost and turns into dirt, or scraps go to the chickens and turn into eggs. So that it's going to be used some way. That was a big thing to overcome, kind of, is that if we can't get to it, we can't harvest it all, let it go. Why not? We have it. Like the grapes this year, we still have a freezer full of grapes, so we didn't harvest a lot of grapes. I have a huge grapevine. I love them for their shade, their cover. They're beautiful. The grapes fed the chickens. We gave them a lot to the chickens. Also, the wild birds enjoyed them this year. I just let the wild birds go at it this year instead of trying to stop them. Yeah, and so it worked out. It's created shade, good cover. We had them there if we needed them or wanted them, but didn't necessarily use them all this year. Only 2 are growing right now. Nasturtiums, awesome. They're done for the season, but they are awesome. Potatoes are harvested, yeah. Right now you have radishes, Malabar spinach growing. Oh yeah, awesome. We don't have any spinach growing right now, do we? I don't think so. Oh no, we do have some red spinach. I love Malabar though, that's my favorite. We got still a lot of plants going. Our first frost is in about a week, so I expect some stuff to really start dying off then. Look at Solo. Yeah, first frost is in about a week, so stuff will start dying off then. Our growing season, we'll still have some things growing into November a little bit, but then that's about when the garden all starts dying. Once that comes around, that is the most joyous time for the chickens. So in about 3 weeks, maybe a month, about 3 weeks, that's the best time for the chickens. That's carnival for the chickens. That's festival time. That is because the chickens, you can eat berries. Can you, from the Malabar spinach? Do they taste just like the spinach? So in a couple weeks here, that's when the chickens get let out. I like to let them roam around the yard, have more time, more space and all. Right now, the silkies do, because they're not very damaging. The other birds are. But because we have plants everywhere, I don't want the chickens to destroy them and pick them up. So they get out sometimes while I'm watching them. But really in a couple weeks here, they get to come out. They go through the garden. I let them eat up pretty much anything that's left. I want them to get the squash bugs and the beetles and things that like to hibernate before they really get down hibernating. So it's going to be pushing it there. They might still be doing so. But I'm going to let the chickens come out so they can pull all the bugs out of all the cracks and try and get those as much as possible. And then scratch it up, till it, put a little bit of bird poo in the ground there before I cover it over. I could do cover crops. One of these years I'm going to do more cover crop. But because the plants here grow pretty much right up until things don't grow, I'd rather be harvesting the food and stuff other than just doing cover crop. So I might experiment with that sometime. But for now, what I do is I just come along and, we'll just come along and I put straw down and stuff like that to keep all the nutrients in the soil. I also like to lay cardboard boxes. I'll do that over the artichokes and all along the back wall. Just lay cardboard on the ground to cover it, protect it for the winter. So these guys are about to get treated. Jeez, the camera, tripod here. You haven't tried them? I might have some berries on the red spinach. Let's go take a look. There's a red spinach plant over here. Ooh. Hopefully I didn't crush that vine. All right, let's come see. Look at this random little tomato plant. They're all over. Our volunteer tomatoes just go all over. But okay, I think we got a red spinach in here, and I'm pretty sure it's got some berries on it. Let me pull these legs in so I stop kicking them. I gotta figure a better tripod situation out here, or camera thing, someday. Waiting for them to ripen, all right. There's a red spinach, but these don't have berries. Let me go look on the other side. Let's go look over here and see. And then we'll check our tea. Looks like I got about 5 minutes here. Still will be on stream. Hoping to go live more this week. Things have settled down a little bit again, so maybe we can squeeze in a few lives there. We'll see. Yeah, look. All right. Well, we got flowers. Are these what you're talking about? Let's see if we can get it to focus. Are those the berries? Or does it actually get like little berries? Maybe Malabar does in the... Oh, that's not all red spinach. That's not red spinach. Is that Thai basil? Let me see. No, I think that's a Thai basil. That's not red spinach. This one back here is.
That's not spinach.
This one is, though. That's not spinach at all? I thought that was your red spinach. There's red spinach over here. She says, that's not red spinach. Well, this is where it was. These are the seeds. So I guess we don't have any spinach going.
We're about to eat the red basil.
That's fine. Eating the red basil wouldn't have been a problem. She says, nope. Here's all the Egyptian walking onions.
Your lemon bomb's behind you, or your lemon verbena.
Where's that one?
Right there.
This? Right, right here? This is lemon verbena? I'm getting better at identifying everything, but we have so many plants in here. Sometimes I just don't know. That one's a weed, I know. We'll pull that. Oh, look, there's another, yum. I didn't see that one back in here. There's probably some other things down in here, too. So this is lavender. It's a big old lavender plant. This is where we get our lavender for our things. Someone here? Hey, Edit. Grizzly bear from Jamaica. Wow, welcome. Very cool. That's a long ways away from here. Yeah, I don't think we have any spinach right now. All the sunflowers died too. If CR was in here, he'd be disappointed. Well, the sunflowers are all gone. Look at that one, though. Look at all those seeds. I need to get that down. Yep. Lavender's getting tea, she's saying. Let's go check on our tea. Speaking of, it's about that time. There's... All right, we're going to go back over to our dying fire and check on our tea, our herbal tea. We got peppermint, lemongrass, and sage in there. See the steam coming off. Our jar did not explode. It's a success. Should I try it? After harvesting the seed mat, you can eat the flower head as well. On the basils. All right, let's check the tea. Pretty nice garden. Hey, thanks. Appreciate that. We try. It's actually a little better this year than previous, and it's going a little bit longer too. Things aren't dying off quite as quick this year. It's been a little bit warmer. So. Don't touch Solo. No. Look, I feel tall like this. Let's try this tea out, shall we? Oh, wait. In a world of technology and video games and TV, I bring to you Outdoors. Dun, dun, dun. Just kidding. Sorry. Ooh, that is good. No sugar, no nothing. The lemongrass and the peppermint. Love it. Now you think you might? My wife was telling me to put some lavender in here, but I don't know. You see my dying fire? The sun's in my eyes. So I tell my son all the time, he's been talking about the virtual reality or those different things. And I told him, well, they have these goggles now. I don't know if you guys have heard about these. I think I've talked about them before. I'm going to come sit on the other side of the fire, and I'm going to tell you about this new reality, if you will. So they have virtual reality. They have the augmented reality and all these different things, but they have these glasses, these goggles out now. I was telling my 12-year-old about. Really cool, coolest things I've ever seen. They you pop them on and they give you, it's an AR, but it's not an augmented reality. It's an AR type of AR, and you put them on and they're kind of dark. They'll protect you from the UV rays and all that, so you don't have to worry about any of that. And what they do is they allow you to get outside when it's really sunny and experience actual reality. Blows me away. You can actually touch things, you can feel them, you can smell them and taste them. Completely different. Blew me away. I think they call them sunglasses, so they're real cheap. You can pick them up at stores, pretty cheap anywhere, all over the place. You don't have to spend a couple $100. You just throw those on, pop them on, head to a park, man, you're set. He rolled his eyes. Come here, Solo. You want to come join me for a moment? Come here. Take a quick look at my super fancy watch here as well. In a world of Samsung and Apple watches, I bring you the Casio F91W, super reliable with the NATO wristband. Go ahead. Dun dun dun. Good dog. He's a good dog. He taught you something new about sunflowers today. You'll try in the future. Oh, I missed. What did she teach us? There's so much about sunflowers. They are good. I originally started growing sunflowers for two reasons. One, the New Mexico soil out here has a lot of radiation, and so sunflowers suck radiation from the soil. Another thing is they have huge taproots, so they are dropping down. We have real hard soil and sandy soil out here that compacts down, so those taproots break that apart. Another reason is they create shade. I can grow real nice big ones that kind of shade part of the garden, as well as sunflowers rock. That's why I grew them this year. Edits. You go live on Saturday morning. Yeah, if you guys haven't checked out, you haven't caught Verna, we got a few new people. Saturday mornings, normally Saturday mornings, it's 8 a.m. Mountain Standard Time or 10 a.m. Eastern Time, I believe. Verna goes live, and Verna is full of a ton of information. There's a lot of people in her chat as well that are just full of a ton of information. I learn so much from that. So if you're wanting to get some information, some questions answered and stuff, you need to head over to Vay's place. She dropped her link. Very cool. If you guys have a channel of your own too, type in GBH, as in Grafted Branch Homestead. That will drop your link. If you're curious about the weather in your area, or you want me to read it off like Ryan Hall, you can just go ahead and drop weather, space, and your zip code, city, state, something like that, or an area of your interest, and I will read that weather. Okay, here's the peach tree. This tree gave us 2 or 3 peaches this year. But once again, we had a freezer full. So that was awesome. We had a freezer fail on us a couple weeks ago, and it was full of those peaches. And so we weren't sure what we were going to do about that. We were like, oh man, we're going to lose all these peaches. But we did not. My wife hopped on it right away. She started making peach butter and things like that, and canning, and got them all preserved. The weather in Jamaica is stormy right now. Stormy, huh? How cool. I've never been to Jamaica. Oh, Grizzly Bear Edits dropped in his link. I'm going to see if I can find what Verna taught us. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, the seed flowers you're saying, to eat the head of the sunflower seed. Yeah, that's what CR keeps telling me too, to cook those up on the grill. The whole island's getting hit this time. Oh no, it's hurricane weather, isn't it? I hope you're safe down there. I always forget, here in New Mexico, we don't have any real disasters. I forget about hurricanes and seasonal stuff like that all the time. I forget a lot of my viewers too are affected by that. So I hope you guys are all right there. I'm just over an hour here. So I think I am going to be signing off in a minute. I'd like to stay longer, I really would. But I do have some things I got to do. I got to get to work. I'm going to clean the chicken coop, but I'm going to do that off camera just because I need to get it done timely. And it takes me a little while I'm chatting with y'all. This week, though, is a little bit more freed up. I do work next Saturday, so Verna, I probably won't be in your stream unless I can sneak in. But besides that, it's freed up a little bit more. So I'm hoping to get a ruck in this week and hopefully a live or two. So I'm not going to promise anything because I do that and then life likes to throw me curveballs. But hopefully we'll be on. So you're safe as you can be. Good. Yeah, stay better down there. I don't know what you really do in those types of situations. That would be something to look into. So out here we have drought. Our monsoon sometimes will create some flooding just because the ground doesn't soak up water. But that's really about it here. We'll take a look at my fire. Wednesdays I work too, Verna. I got to sneak in at work. So I work swing shifts and evening shifts mostly. Occasionally on weekends I'll work mornings every now and then. So I try and sneak away. Sometimes I'm actually in the streams too. I just don't comment every now and then in some people's. I know I do that in Katrina's sometimes. Just listening in my piece at work. I will try and be there. I forgot Verna is live Wednesdays as well. If you guys have a channel and I haven't been active in there too much and stuff, I know there's a few people. I do apologize. Time just gets away. See you later, Grizzly Bear. You have a good one. And as the fire goes, I will go as well. Let's say our thing. Come on, Solo. You ready? Let's say our thing. Come here. You got to join me because Casey won't. And now you're not going to join me either? Come here. Come here. He says no. He's good. Well, it is a lonely, cold, dark world. And when that happens, set it on fire. You guys go out there, do the things, go out today with purpose, no matter how big or small that may be, and stay safe. We'll see you all next time. Bye. How do I end it? Have a blessed day, Verna. Thank you for moderating.